Episode 7 of The Queen Who Crowns begins with the king and queen officially settling in the new capital, Hanyang. Almost immediately, the king starts targeting wealthy ministers who have been hoarding land, abusing their power, and extorting from the common people. During this time, he also begins to notice the crown prince's growing associations with his uncles, the queen's brothers, who are conspiring to secure the prince's ascension to the throne in order to strengthen the Min family's stronghold over the nation. Shortly after, the king receives anonymous intelligence about the Min family recently acquiring a large number of slaves. Acting on this, he orders an investigation and grants Lee Suk-beom the authority to look into the matter. However, one of the queen's brothers, who was also vying for a high-ranking military position alongside Lee Suk-beom, learns of the investigation. The two officials end up in a heated brawl, which Harayan happens to witness. In exchange for his silence, Harayan demands that both men relinquish their ambitions for the military position. Lee Suk-beom refuses and storms off. The next day, a new challenge arises. Envoys from the Ming dynasty arrive, requesting bride tributes, a practice that both the king and queen had sworn to abolish upon ascending the throne. When the queen learns of this, she takes matters into her own hands. With Chai Ryang's help, she organizes a reception for the envoys while secretly meeting with the head envoy. Accompanied by Princess Kwansean, she skillfully negotiates, subtly hinting at the envoy's corruption and his secret hoarding of gifts meant for the Ming emperor. This forces him to drop the demand, successfully resolving the matter. That evening, the queen questions the king about how he convinced Taizhou to let him ascend the throne. In response, the king shares Taizhou's vision for the nation and hints at his own need to eliminate powerful ministers who obstruct justice, including members of the queen's own family. Taking this to heart, the queen decides to distance herself from her relatives and advises her brothers to confess their illegal acquisition of slaves. Later, the military collectively requests the king to appoint one of the queen's brothers to the vacant military position. Enraged by their unwavering loyalty to his brother-in-law, the king summons the crown prince and the queen, then dramatically decrees that he will abdicate the throne in favor of the prince. However, this is actually a ploy to expose disloyal military officials and potential traitors. Realizing that this move endangers the crown prince's life, the queen takes a bold stance. She demands that the king retract his decree, using a ceremonial ritual for the silkworm deity as a cover to reverse the situation. If he refuses, she threatens to join her brothers and march against him alongside the crown prince. The next day, the king privately confesses to Harayan that he cannot bring himself to fight the queen. Reluctantly, he grants her permission to hold the ritual, allowing the matter to be settled. With this immediate crisis resolved, the queen shifts her attention to the issue of the illegally obtained slaves within her family. Through Pansu, she uncovers a larger conspiracy. Many powerful figures had seized the homes of commoners when the capital was relocated, forcing these displaced people into dependence and, ultimately, servitude. He also reveals that several royal relatives are involved in the scandal, with a key figure, Kim of Bamgul, at the center of it all. Surprisingly, The Queen Who Crowns has now found a steady rhythm in its storytelling. This episode, in particular, does an excellent job of showcasing the rising and falling tensions in the king's ongoing struggle to reform the royal court and reshape the nation. The queen's quick-witted political maneuvering continues to be one of the show's standout highlights. From a character perspective, this episode deepens our understanding of both the king and queen. Given the show's fast-paced narrative, we've only seen glimpses of their personalities in previous episodes. However, with episode 7, their characters are becoming more fully realized. The evolving dynamic between them is also much clearer, as is the immense burden, loneliness, and anxiety that plagues King Bangwon. Meanwhile, Queen Wonjiang, who initially came across as an unpredictable character, is now firmly established as impartial and highly deserving of her position. It's also becoming evident that she plays a significant role in Bangwon's insecurities regarding his reign, something that will likely be explored further in the upcoming episodes. Overall, this was a strong episode, packed with enough political drama and tension to keep viewers thoroughly engaged.